the phone lines are open. 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us when you're calling in. You're first greeted by Andrew Babinski in the Kim Komando Show man.
Hello, Kim.
Hey, Andrew, what's going on?
Blair in Indiana is what's going on. He's going to be your first caller, but what state he's from or city, that's not important.
Okay.
What's important, though, is where he lives. He lives in a house 4 feet underground.
Wait, whoa? What is that?
The roof of his house is under 4 feet of earth.
Wow.
Here's the problem. He gets his internet from a Verizon MiFi. So basically, if you're listening, you know what that means. Your cell phone, when you're walking around, gets a Verizon signal. Well, a MiFi box gets that same signal and then allows other devices to connect to it to use the internet.
Okay.
He lives 4 feet underground.
Oh, and I'm sure the walls are, I bet you the walls have to be concrete and everything.
Thick concrete. So,
Wow.
needless to say, he's got a reception problem. 4 feet underground, that's where his house is. Go ahead and fix his problem.
Concrete walls. You know what, Andrew? I appreciate your confidence in me.
You get it.
Because you can do this. I know you can. So, Blair, did you build this house?
My father did.
Awesome. That is great. So how many square feet is it?
About 1,500 square feet. Half of that's living room, half of that is garage space.
Wow. So if I were to drive up to your house, would I just see like a mailbox?
We live about 300 feet off the road. So when you're driving up to our house, it looks like a normal house. You have brick in front and shingles, like 4 foot of shingles. But if you look to the side a little bit, it looks like a hill or a small mound. And so it just slopes up on both sides and the back. I sent my contact person a couple pictures for Andrew to get a hold of. Yeah, it is. It's a vault. Basically, my dad didn't even know it. There's tons of steel in there, and so when you go to the back side of the house, I have trouble getting telephone signal. But I have multiple computers, so I work on one end of the house. You know, we have our TV on the other end. And whenever I wanted to use my internet box, I have to move that box from one window to the other.
Oh, it's fun in the beginning, but after a while, when you're like right in the middle of The Handmaid's Tale, you're like, no, stop, please, stop. I just want to watch a show. Obviously, your dad did not design this with the internet in mind, which is okay, because maybe we can fix it. All right, so how many devices do you need to get on this network?
Right now I have about 3 computers and 2 wireless printers. Okay. And depending what setup I'm using, whether I'm doing my video work or doing just normal, internet stuff, depends where I'm at in the house. So.
All right, well, I don't know if maybe you've heard me talk about it a little bit, but it's a new type of networking that's just getting some traction. I actually installed part of this network in my home where I was having like no bars and no places. Because my home is also, it's brick and it's concrete. And then also here in Arizona where it's 120 degrees and the sun beats on the house is that a lot of us have like metal film. And so it had to penetrate that in order to get to the back patio. I know, total first world problem. I want my internet on my back patio. Okay, I get that. But there's a company called Eero, and that's EERO, and they make something called a mesh network. And see, right now, the way that it works is that you have your Wi-Fi hotspot, and then you have to have repeaters, or you try to get repeaters as far as it goes, right? So where the MiFi comes in, you're going to use a mesh network. What the mesh network does is, let's say that from the kitchen is that you have another spot that you need to get the connection to, is that if you are actually in the kitchen and you have a connection, that it will piggyback off of that. So you don't have to have all these routers everywhere and repeaters. It's not cheap, I'll tell you that. I mean, 3 Eeros, we're talking about a couple of bedrooms, is about $500. But if you're looking for a new way for you to get more bars in more places and penetrate through that concrete, it's pretty hard to beat a mesh network. And thank you so much for your call today, Blair.